Hi guys, I'm Shelley, how you doing? And welcome to the New Year New Book tag. I saw this last night on George Lester's channel and he tagged everybody who watched it and I felt like doing it, so I'm doing it. Ta-da! It was originally thought up by Lucy the Reader over on the Penguin platform. I will of course link both of those wonderful people down below, so go check them out. I will also put the questions in if you would like to do the tag yourself. So question 1 is, what was your first read of this year? Technically my first year spanned 2017 and 2018 because I was listening... Truck outside, hang on. Because I was listening to the Anansi Boys on BBC Radio 4. Over Christmas to New Year's, Radio 4 tend to put on a big kind of book/play, consecutive nights, and the last couple of years it has been a Neil Gaiman book. A couple of years ago it was Neverwhere and I fell in love with that. This time it was the Anansi Boys. It's brilliant, and this was acted by Lenny Henry and Jacob Anderson, who is the actor who plays Grey Worm in Game of Thrones, and he was wonderful at it. You could hear every single thought he was thinking almost. That doesn't really make sense. He was just very, very good, and he sings at the end. So if you don't know, Jacob Anderson is also goes under a pseudonym of Riley Ritchie and is a singer. I've fallen in love with his voice and I've gone on to get his album, which is very good, so go and get that.
Hung over, bed-bound soldier, hand runs over the dip in her shoulder. With her I see things clear, lose my mind, I lose my fear.
Question 2, which books of 2017 do you want to share and pass on to everybody? I didn't read much in 2017. I had a bit of a quiet year and I was looking through the books that I did read and apparently I don't remember many of them. I don't know what happened, but, well, I do know what happened. I spent most of my year horizontal and not in a state of any kind of consciousness. But anyway, 2017, the books that I think I want to share are actually non-fiction ones, which would be How to Be Champion by Sarah Millican, which just made me giggle and laugh and, be honest, fart with laughter, and you'll get the joke if you read her book. I would want to share that with the world because it is just it's a cracking book. It really is. It made me laugh so much. Seem to have misplaced it. I don't know where it is, but I also read Melanie Murphy's book, who is a YouTuber here on the Tube of You, and that's really stuck with me this year. Some of the things, she was so brutally honest in her book about eating disorders and about body positivity and body dysmorphia and things like that, and it hit really, really hard with me as I'm kind of going through all this at the moment, trying to work out what the hell my body is doing. So that really kind of has stuck with me throughout the year, I think, and yeah, I would share that with anybody who was going through a bit of a hard time body-wise. It just gives you kind of a boost to go, you know what, we all go through it. So those are the two from last year. It was a very quiet year reading-wise for me.
What was your first read in 2018?
Every time I go to look up... George, I love you, shut up. Shush! Every time I go to look up a question, George starts playing. Oops. I do love him. What is your reading goal for this year? To actually friggin' read. I've put my Goodreads challenge at 52 books, one a week, just because that's what I did last year. I failed it last year, but you know, I don't know if I'll get through those, so we will see. It's just a basic. I think my main goal this year is to stop reading so many books at once. I read too many books at once. I pick something up and I'll get really, really enthralled with it and I'll put it down for 5 minutes and my brain will shoot off somewhere else and I'll just forget and I'll pick up something new and I won't go back to it. I am currently reading Attachments by Rainbow Rowell and Family Don't End in Blood, which is a story of Supernatural fans and the cast and everything alike and how they bonded over the TV series. I think I'm also reading the book at bedtime for Rebel Girls. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll link it down below. But I'm also reading that slowly. I'm reading sort of a chapter at a time with my mum. We're basically doing bedtime stories, but we're alternating, and that's probably her on my phone now. Question 4. Which new author, book or genre would you like to try out this year? I'm not sure I want to try anything new this year. I say every year that I want to get into classics, but I have trouble with it. I cannot describe why I can't get myself to read them, but I can't. Watching George's video, I've just found out that there's 5 Mary Poppins books. Who knew? And I'd kind of like to delve into the Mary Poppins genre, unless a book draws me out of my genre because it's just so good and I found something new. I'm kind of stuck in my little genre of LGBT, YA. I like my little comfy space. That being said, I've mentioned Radio 4 a little while ago with the Anansi Boys. Every week they do a new dramatisation or a new audio version of a book called Book at Bedtime or Book of the Week, and it can run over 1 week or 2 weeks, and I'll find the odd random thing there, so I go out of my genre there, but really I like my genre. I'm in a happy place. I'm sticking with it. Question 5, which reading habits do you want to get out of this year? As I said before, I've got to get out of picking books up and dropping them again. I get sidetracked so damn easily. It drives me slightly insane about myself that I do this. I want to clear this TBR shelf. It's getting ridiculous. I don't have a lot of room. These are the only bookshelves I have. There's no more room in my flat, and I cannot buy any more books until I've cleared some. But they're pretty, and I like them, and I don't want to have to get rid of my books. In my dreamland, I will live in a bigger house that will have some sort of office, or maybe in the front room I'd have like really, really big bookcases and I just store my books because I'm a hoarder when it comes to books. This is getting sidetracked and off the topic. What are my bad reading habits? Just picking up books and not finishing them. Question 6, the last question. What are your most anticipated reads of this year? What's coming out this year? I don't know what's coming out this year. Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera have a book together and I love both of their writings. I don't know what the book is called, it has gone blank in my head, but I know that's coming out this year and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. There will be a second Becky Albertalli fix this year, I believe, because Leah Offbeat is coming out, I think, in like April, March. Could I be wrong and it's September, October? Could I be wrong and it's next year? I probably am extremely wrong on all those counts. But I know that she also has a separate book called Leah Offbeat coming out very soon. So I want to get my mittens on that. And then Non Pratt. Non Pratt, I love this woman. She writes such good realistic teenage characters, and she has just had, actually, it came out Friday, I believe. She has a new book out called The Second Best Friend. I'm terrible. I will link all of these down below if you're interested in them. I'm terrible with titles, but The Second Best Friend by Non Pratt just came out. I will be getting my mittens on it hopefully next month because it's my birthday and I beg for books on my birthday. So I cannot wait to get to my little paws on that. There's supposedly a David Leviathan coming out this year. The next one from Everyday and, I don't know what the series is called, my mind has gone blank. But the Everyday series, because there's also the Everyday the movie's coming out soon. So David Leviathan, that series is being continued, I believe, sometime this year or next year. So that is it. That is the New Year, New Book tag. I tag all of you to do it. I'd love to know what books you are anticipating reading and so on this year so that I can steal the idea. And I hope you guys are good, and I've rambled on enough. Love to everybody, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.